life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
set us apart. We daily work to build champions in body, mind, and soul.
It looks different on my screen, but on yours, not played. Should be. I just gotta find them. If not, where the MAG anybody is, I also find them and then zoom in. I can find them and then zoom in. Actually, don't magnify it shows on my screen that you're doing something to it, so it says
5 Warrior seniors here today. This is senior night for the Lady Warriors as well as the men later on tonight. 5 here for the women. Taylin Smith, Kalia Kendrick, Rakia Mack, Dynasty Shagag, and Asia Peerley. And there's a turnover. That's what the Warriors will do to you. They love to play high-pressure defense, force turnovers. They really do like the live ball turnovers more, where they can get down in transition, usually with plus numbers, but they'll take the dead ball ones too. And Smith was fouled, so she'll head to the free throw line. First trip today there for the Warriors. Foul is on Grant, her first. And Taylor Smith knocks down the first, an 80% free throw shooter. That's top 10 in the conference and first for the home team. She's struggling just a bit until that last game. 7 points per game over her last 3 before she had 14 against Young Harris last time out. Still massive improvement though this season. She's up over 8 points per game from her junior year. She was 5.1 points per game and now up to 13.1. As there's another 3 from Tiana Baker. So back-to-back from Baker, who was a 16% three-point shooter coming into the game. Shot clock is off. Warriors can hold for the last shot of this quarter if they choose. Peerley, a deep 3 off the shot clock. A bit of an ill-advised shot there, and Coach Davis will sub in the freshman Kira Price. And now shorter a chance for the last shot of this opening quarter. This is McCall, a 5th-year senior, being guarded by a freshman. A couple switches, and now Lookie travels into the corner. That's a tough step-back shot that falls at the buzzer for Grant, and the Shorter Hawks put up 20 in the first quarter. They lead 20-13 over the Warriors. You're listening to Southern Wesleyan University basketball on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Welcome back inside Tysinger Gymnasium as we start the second quarter. The Shorter University Hawks lead the Southern Wesleyan University Warriors by 7. This is Baker. She made 2 threes in the first quarter after coming in at 16%, 6 of 37 coming into the game. As there's a Hawk turnover. We're talking about Baker, a 5'7" senior from Dalton, Georgia originally, transferred in from Hofstra University. But she's been playing an increased role in bringing back increased production over the last 4 to 5 games. And there's Baker inside with the rebound. Hawks looking to push the other way. This is Binway who just checked in for the first time. Baker at the free throw line for Grant, who had that nice step back shot at the end of the first quarter. 5 on the shot clock. Binway pulls a 3 and rattles it home. The lead is up to 10 now. That's the 5th made 3 on 7 tries for the shorter Hawks. Nice back cut there from Loki, but she couldn't finish, and the rebound was stripped away by Grant. Back for Binway. So the 3 from that same spot. Elects to run some offense this time. Patterson. Now McCall, second leading scorer in the conference, and Binway traveled before she made that 3 again. Really soft touch on these 2 Binway 3s that we've seen. Getting a friendly visiting roll. I should mention what this means for each team in the final regular season game of the season. And starting with the visiting the Shorter University Hawks, they have clinched the Southwest Division Championship, but they're 6th in the KPI rankings, trailing Young Harris by .007. So like I said, they're at the 6th seed. Seeds 4, 5, and 6 get a first round bye, and they get to host the second round game with a chance to go to Jerry Richardson Indoor Stadium. For the home Warriors, they are 13th in KPI. The top 12 teams make the conference tournament. They trail North Greenville by .010. So we'll be looking at that North Greenville game just about all night long. And speaking of the Crusaders, they currently trail 30-14 halfway through the second quarter. So that's the result that the Warriors want as they're facing North Greenville, but they have to do some work of their own. The way that the KPI system works, if you're unfamiliar with it, that is, as Binway knocks down another 3. That's what determines who makes the conference tournament, what their seeding is. And it's based on what teams you beat, where you beat them, rather than just win and loss. You have to beat the good teams on the road. That's how you get the most points. And Southern Wesleyan playing a good team, playing them at home, you'd have to think, although this is not confirmed, you would have to think if they beat Shorter tonight and North Greenville lost to Francis Marion, they would pick up that .010 of a point that they need to get into the conference tournament. We'll get into that a little bit more as the night goes on. As the guys team, they're currently 12th, and they're in a battle for that 12th spot as well. So we'll be refreshing those KPI rankings all day long tomorrow. We couldn't get a confirmed date and time on when the official rankings is set, but I would imagine it would have to be really soon because the first round is scheduled to be Sunday afternoon. So I'd imagine they have to get it planned quickly for teams to make travel plans. So we'll be refreshing those KPI rankings all day tomorrow. If you want to check out those KPI rankings, go to the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Speaking of the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, it is powered by Huddle, the official digital network of Conference Carolinas. The digital network features all of the original live streaming programming from Conference Carolinas. The Conference Carolinas Digital Network is available online at conferencecarolinas.com/watch, as well as on platforms such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Android TV, and Apple TV. Mobile devices including iPhone, iPad, and Android will also work with the default web browser. Learn more and start watching now on conferencecarolinas.com/watch. Thank you guys for joining us here this Wednesday evening matchup between the Southern Wesleyan University Warriors and the Shorter University Hawks. There's a nice left-handed layup from the freshman, Peyton Lookey. She's averaging 12 points per game over her last 3, 7.4 for the year overall. Playing good defense as she has done since the first time she stepped on the floor in the Warrior jersey. Who's their leader in steals per game? Let's look at Taylor Smith battling down low with the much bigger Patterson. And Smith picked up the foul. Side out here. That is Smith's second, so Jordan Race will check in for her. Pull-up jumper from Smiley, too strong off the back rim. Inside rebound by Baker. Good defense again from Lookey. Terrific defense from Peyton Lookey there on the perimeter. We got 5 on the shot clock. Can Benway hit another? This time it's short off the front rim, but long rebound goes to Baker. Patterson's 3 is no good, but again an offensive rebound. They're now out-rebounding the Warriors 19-5. The Warriors have just 5 rebounds in 15 minutes. As that stoppage will send us into our under 5 media timeout. 30-17, the Shorter Hawks are lead for first time to the free throw line. 69% free throw shooter, like we mentioned, the conference leader in rebounds per game. We have a lane violation on Tiana Baker. So ball goes to the Warriors. Again, Shorter into the bonus shortly into a quarter. They were in the bonus in the first quarter as well, as Peyton Lookey's floater is no good. She tipped it into the hands of Patterson. Just 3 points so far for McCall. It's been Lookey on her for most of this game. And as we know, Peyton Lookey, one of the best freshman defenders, but that's McCall, the second best scorer in the conference, and she gets the better of the freshman Lookey. McCall at 15.6 points per game, second in the conference. A fifth-year senior from Hayneville, Alabama, transferred in from Bishop State Community College. And Alexis Glover will check in for Rakia Mack. And Grant gets Benway. So 5 on the floor now for the Warriors is Glover, Rains, Lookey, Race, and Peerley. They go inside to Glover. Lewis was straight up. Glover got the first offensive rebound for the Warriors here today, but Peerley couldn't cash in on it. McCall. Can she get another floater to fall? She does. That's back-to-back floaters from De'Erica McCall. And she's starting to find that baseline out of bounds with the clock stopped at 3 minutes, 35-18. Fouls on Baker, her second. Third team foul on Shorter. Now Smith into 2 help side Hawk defenders, and the floater was well short. And another Hawk rebound. Ball screen from Wilson, now another one from Patterson. In the corner, Grant pulling up from just outside the paint. Her shot was no good, and rebounded by Rains, who goes racing up the floor again. Now Lookey, and again, another Warrior shot falls short. They've had several of those similar ranged shots fall short. McCall turns on the Jets. Her layup was no good and rebounded by Wilson, who will head to the free throw line. As institutions founded with a focus on faith, service, or both, we share common values and strive to attain excellence and virtue in all that we do. Conference Carolinas has a rich tradition and roots that dates to its initial inception on December 6, 1930. Our students are nationally recognized for their extraordinary success in the classroom, in the community, and at the highest levels of NCAA competition. Please visit conferencecarolinas.com to learn more about Conference Carolinas. The first free throw is no good from Wilson. That is her first miss from the free throw line so far this season. A junior from Fairburn, Georgia, now misses 2. She was 2 of 2 on the year coming into today and then missed those 2. She had played just 94 total minutes coming into the game, but one thing that Wilson does do extremely well is crash the offensive glass. She came into the game with 10 offensive rebounds in 94 total minutes. And with the Warriors struggling on that area so far in this one, that seems like a really good decision from Coach Lashina Brooks. We'll see what they get from Wilson inside. That's her battling down there, but possession goes to the Warriors. But already that's exactly what Coach Brooks wants from the 6'1 junior, is make life difficult on the defensive glass for the Warriors. Under 2 minutes to play here in this first half. It's a 17-point lead still. Both teams on a bit of a drought. There's good off-ball movement by Rain. She pulls up and misses again. Taylor Smith attempting to wolf down Radis. And McCall will slow it down. McCall wants the left wing 3. It's short and rebounded by Kira Price, who then turned it over. Radis has it now, and then Price again pulls down the rebound, so the Warriors can push the pace the other way until Taylor Smith turned it over. That's not a great pass, right into the hands of Grant, who herself will slow it down. Shorter really looking to control the pace of this game with a 35-18 lead in the final minute of her. And again, it's missed. Patterson and pulls it down for the 27th rebound of the half for Shorter. Warriors one of their last 9 from the field. Grant for 3, and it's good at the buzzer. 38-18, Amaria Grant's 3 gives Shorter a 20-point lead going into the locker room, and it ends a scoreless drought for them, but it's a 23-5 run over the last 10 minutes and 34 seconds going back to the first quarter. They're out rebounding the Warriors 27-13 and 8-1 on the offensive glass. It's been a terrific half for the visitors, but still 20 minutes in this final regular season game for the Southern Wesleyan University Warriors. What will Coach Davis and Coach Hedgeman adjust at the second half? Stick around and find out in the second half right here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network.
Life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Our virtues set us apart. We daily work to build champions in body, mind, and soul. It's who we are. This is Conference Carolina.
The legacy began in 1973. That was the year NCAA Division II was born. And since the very first day, our division has shaped generations of student athletes with a true sense of academics, athletics, and community. That is 5 decades of graduations, championships, teamwork, and personal development. 50 years of shaping student athletes into world-class leaders. NCAA Division II. Our division, our legacy.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Diamond T Promotional Gear is just a family-owned business that provides screen printing, embroidery, vinyl graphics, cars and banners. We've been in business now for over 32 years.
Yeah, well, I'm saying you went before that. Trying to have the trim or something.
And his West.
West Shore FC, where by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
West FC, where by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
West Shore FC, where by far the greatest team
the world has ever seen.
Where by far the greatest team the world has ever seen.
Nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Welcome back inside Tiziger Gymnasium. Just getting started with the second half between the Shorter University Hawks and the Southern Wesleyan University Warriors. Quick update on a couple of other scores before we really get back underway as Shorter gets the first bucket of this one to increase their lead to 22. The lacrosse game has gone to 4. And then mentioning the KPI rankings earlier, you know the North Greenville result is the one that the Warriors are most looking at the most. And North Greenville currently trails 54-27 to Francis Marion, but the Warriors are going to have to do some catching up here against the Hawks. There's a really nice drive by Tori Smiley that she couldn't get the layup to go, but really impressive stuff. As Peyton Lookie, another impressive player, but she gets the three too strong. And that foul's on Alexis Glover, so it's going to go the other way. Number 3 on Alexis. Six games around the conference today, along with that Francis Marion North Greenville game. Converse is at King, Chewan's at Barton, Mount Olive is at UNC Pembroke, and Belmont Abbey's at Lees McRae, and Young Harris is at Erskine. That Young Harris game does mean something to Shorter. They trail, or Shorter trails Young Harris by .007 for the 5th seed in the KPI rankings. As both teams exchange buckets, it leads back to 22. Here's McCall. Patterson. Her first of the day, and number 8 for Shorter. Kendrick wants to answer, and she doesn't. It just rolls out. And the rebound hauled in by the conference's leader in rebounds per game, Tiara Lewis. Kira Price waiting to check in at the next dead ball. 6:30 to play in the third quarter. Spotting up for 3 is Patterson, and swishing home is Amaya Patterson, the 6'2 junior from Olanda, Florida, Apopka High School. A very prestigious athletic high school in the Sunshine State. Here's Shagog looking to go to work with that right hand. It's no good, and rebounded again by Lewis. I could have that on replay here for just about the rest of the half, I'm sure, as there's Baker challenging inside. She's actually their leader today. That would have been rebound number 11. I'm not sure if they'll give her possession on it or not. But it will be Warrior ball as Race and Price check in. And for Smith, so they'll send Michaela Raines down there to help out. And so it's Race, Raines, Price, Kendrick, and Shagog. As I'm now joined by Matt O'Banion here. Matt, how was the lacrosse game?
Not a great showing from the Warriors, losing that one 17-4. Of course, a hat trick did come from Beth Brooker, though, so it was a good showing from her offensively. The Warriors did get shut out in the second half, so unfortunate for them. And just the Catawba offense, just their third game of the season, came out strong in this one.
Yeah, 17, that feels like a big number, as Kendrick heads to the free throw line now, a 72% free throw shooter. The Warriors trailing here by 28, 5:41 to play. And Kendrick's first free throw is no good.
With Kendrick, this is her first free throws of the game, trying to bury some of these to get back in this game. A 28-point lead that Shorter's having now on the Warriors.
Shorter's men teams now making their way into the gym. They, of course, will face the Warriors in the second game here tonight. We'll have that one on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network here as well. Excited for that one. Warriors did defeat the Hawks in the earlier matchup. So we'll see what they can do now at Tidesinger Gymnasium. As another offensive rebound for the Hawks. This time it's Smiley in the corner. Benway short. Rebounded by Kendrick. She's looking to go quickly the other way across the timeline. 5:03 to play. They go inside to Price. And Price finishes. Good post-entry pass from Kendrick. And Coach Brooks not very happy with either the offense or the defense. I'm not sure there, but it's a 26-point lead for the Hawks, and we'll take the timeout with them. Back underway at Tidesinger Gymnasium. It's a turnover on the inbound pass from the Hawks. And that will send us right back to a media timeout, because the last one was for the timeout. This is our under 5 media timeout. And so we'll go straight back into a break. And after our 2 media timeouts in 10 seconds, we are back. 4:54 left in the third quarter, 48-22, and the visitors lead. This is Warrior ball under their own basket, so Jordan Race gets an open look, and she knocks it down. That's Jordan's first made three of the season. She was 4 of 24 from the field coming into today, averaging just a point per game, so that's a big shot from Jordan. She has really struggled to stay healthy here after a good freshman year last year. Her sophomore year has been a tough one for her, but good to see that three go.
It's just good to see her on the floor as well, as you were just talking about. A lot of injuries for her on the year. Just realized that we can see her in the final game of the season.
And good pressure now from the Warriors. This is what they do. They're the conference leader in opponent turnovers per game. And there's another one. Lewis traveled down low, so the ball goes back to the Warriors. That's turnover number 12 for the Hawks.
And the Warriors really just getting beat on the boards in this game. 35 boards to the Warriors, only 16 in this one. Not going to win a lot of games. As a quick turnover there for Lewis. And just a wide open layup there for her. 11 now in the game.
Yeah, it was miscommunication looked like between Raines and Price, and Lewis jumped the passing lane, and it turned into a pick six the other way. Lead back to 25, 4 to play third quarter. This is Jordan Race. Now Shagag at just above the elbow. Raines' offensive rebound. That's just the second of the day for the Warriors. And another bad pass. This time it's Grant in there, and she'll pull it out.
And the Warriors shooting right at 27% from the field. Not going to win a lot of them shooting like that.
And shorter 20 percentage better. They're at 47.5%. There's a foul on Shagag. That's going to be number 3. So just 6 minutes played and 3 personal fouls for the senior from Monroeville, Pennsylvania, Dynasty Shagag. Price and Raines check out. Or it's actually going to be Kendrick, not Price. And in comes Peyton Lookie, Taylon Smith. 2 shots here for Tierra Lewis, 69% from the line. The first one's no good. Conference leader in rebounds per game as well as field goal percentage. Senior from Marietta, Georgia. Lots of Georgia players, prospects, I should say, on this roster. They're for shorter as Lewis goes 0 of 2 from the stripe. Here's Smith. Another turnover. This time it's McCall with 2 hands on the ball and a wide open layup the other way.
That's 3 turnovers now for Taylon Smith. She's also 0 for 7 from the field.
Shagag, good stuff inside. The double team came from Grant, and it's a really good move from Dynasty. Another good entry pass. They've been solid with their entry passes, but all the passes on the perimeter have been pretty lax here in this third quarter.
Shagag's first point for the game either.
And there's a kickball on Jordan Race. They've been doubling a lot more in this third quarter. They got to do anything they can to chop into this 25-point shorter lead. .244 to play in the third quarter.
The Warriors just really run out of time out here. Their offense has been getting stuffed. Seems like every single possession here.
This is Baker. Big first half for her. She's at 6 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Now Grant. And Taylon Smith, the foul. I thought that she got the ball cleanly from this angle, but the referee from the other side says no. And that's going to be foul number 3 on Smith. As Amaria Grant knocks down the first, a 54% free throw shooter. She was just 1 of 11 from 3 over her last 4 games, but today she's 2 of 2 and now has 10 points. 54-27, 2.5 to play in this third quarter. As Price keeps it and can't finish, but there's Dynasty down low. Her shot was blocked by Patterson, and then she was fouled. Good activity down low from Dynasty Shagog. Baseline out of bounds for the Warriors.
The Warriors needing a lot more of these type of possessions. Getting some of those offensive boards, just their second of the game.
Now Smith. For Race. And Race lost it on the spin. Here goes Tierra Lewis now the other way with Price defending. Lewis to her right hand, can't finish. Tipped at a play by Shagog. It will stay with the Hawks.
Little three swap going on for the Warriors here. Kalia Kendrick, Alexis Glover, and Asia Purley stepping in.
It's Asia's first minutes of the second half. She is their leader today with 6 points. But only 11 minutes. Didn't play a whole lot because of a really poor shot that she took earlier in the first half. Coach Davis has benched her for most of the game since, but Asia back into the game now on senior night. Good defense from Lucky until she reached and picked up the foul.
It's 15 team fouls already in this one.
This is the latest it's taken Shorter to get into the bonus. They were quickly into it in both quarters in the first half as Glover knocks that pass away, and the foul is on Baker. That's going to be team foul number 4, and that, as you know in the NBA, that's probably going to be a take foul. So would have made free throws, but here just possession for the Warriors, and it ends up to be a pretty good foul for Baker despite it being her 4th personal. So a really good day from Baker is likely going to be cut short. She's going to have to sit at least the rest of this third quarter, but so far has 6 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. She's only missed 1 shot, and that her only non-3.
It's a shame won't be seeing a lot more of her with those 4 fouls.
There'll be 2 shots now for the Warriors. The foul is on Amaya Redis. We'll quickly take a seat.
Be looking at her first charity stripe shots of the night. Just 2 points for her. Of course, this is one of the better 3-point shooters that the Warriors have on this roster. He's only taken 1 from 3-point land on the night.
That's not usually a good sign for the Warriors. Peyton was averaging 12 points per game over her last 3 while shooting 48% from the field. So for her to have a quiet offensive night, it's not a good sign for the Warriors. You know that she'll bring it defensively every night, but they need her offense arguably as much. As Lewis banging inside, but her feet moved, and it's a travel. Warriors go quickly after that inbound. They've got just over a minute to play in the third quarter, and Pearley draws a foul.
Pearley going to the line. It's only been once tonight, 1 for 2. Still leading the Warriors with 6 points as well.
And that'll be number 4 on Lewis, so she'll have to take a seat. Both Baker and Lewis, 2 starters for the Hawks, in foul trouble with 4. This could be the chance for the Warriors to cut into this lead as Pearley knocks down the first.
Still a 24-point lead. Now 23. A lot more ground left to be covered for the Warriors here.
But with this pressure, you never know. The conference's leader in opponent turnovers per game, that was nearly a 5-second call. And now the Hawks can't move. On the inbound, Patterson this time.
Playing a little bit of dodgeball there for Glover.
And a turnover. Alexis Glover has it. Really good scheme there from Coach Davis's crew. Taylor Smith pulling up on the left elbow. It's good. Just like that, the lead goes to 21 and more pressure.
That's just her first made shot from the field, needing a whole lot more of that coming from Taylor Smith with just about 1 quarter left to go here.
A 17-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. This is McCall. Now Patterson, that's a deep one that she gets to fall. Made 3, number 10 today for Shorter. They go inside to Peerley. She has 2 around her, goes up anyway, can't get the soft touch to fall. It's rebounded by Patterson. Shot clock is off for De'Erica McCall, who is fouled by Lookie. That's not a good foul because that will send McCall to the free throw line.
That's Lookie's 3rd foul of the game as well, putting her and the Warriors in another difficult spot here, getting in foul trouble with still 1 quarter left to go here. So De'Erica McCall, a 72% free throw shooter, heads to the line. 5'8", graduate student from Hayneville, Alabama, transferred in from Bishop State Community College. 2nd in the conference in points per game, 8th in the conference in steals per game. And Matt, she has 143 more field goal attempts than the next closest Hawk. That's a pretty big number. And she knocks down a pair of free throws, and a late sub is granted, which will allow Shorter to set their defense after the Warriors had already inbounded the ball. It wasn't even for the shooter. It's Carly Young, a 5'10 freshman from Douglasville, Georgia, who's in the game for 9.9 seconds. That's really rare that you'll see someone that's not the shooter getting subbed out and it being granted by the referees. The Warriors having to push back here as the defense getting set. A difficult shot.
And Glover's second look doesn't fall either. So through 3, it's a 25-point Shorter lead. We'll be back here shortly on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network.
I am number 1, not number 2. If I'm not the one, I'm uncomfortable. See the competition I've been running through. Leveled up, I only see them in my rear view. Switch. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Yeah, I'm ballin'. Been ballin'. I'm winning, get buckets from the court side to the nosebleeds. Yeah, they love it. I'm winning, get buckets on the first in and the last out, see me coming. First take, I'm hotter than hot. Hotter than some boiling water, I bubble the pot. Team full of ballers, baby, we winning a lot. I'm like Curry with the rock when I get to my spot. I'm tapping in, I'm passionate, this is what passion is. This here, nah, this is no accident. From the start to the finish, I'm cashing in.
Back underway here at Tysiger Gymnasium, 58-33 as we get started with the 4th quarter. Last regular season game for the Warriors. They'll await their fate on the final rankings of the KPI, which will determine if they make the conference tournament or not. They're right on that edge. The top 12 teams make it. They currently sit at 13. So it's a wait and see game if they'll play another after tonight.
You're with North Greenville sitting right at that 12 spot, needing a loss from them And pretty much the same thing coming for the men's basketball team coming up. The Warriors sit right on the edge in the 12th spot with Shorter sitting at 14th, so they cannot have an upset here in conference play if they want to have a bid here going into the conference tournament.
Yeah, Matt, we're cheering for a Francis Marion sweep of the Trailblazers tonight. The girls are currently trailing 78-43 to the Patriots, so we're getting what we want from that, but we're going to need the same from the guys. Alec Atkinson and company. Alex had a big game, 22 and 15 against Shorter last time out. Taylor Smith, corner three, it's short. Rebound goes to Smiley. Here's McCall. Two screens to her left. Now Smiley, nice crossover, and it's a block. I believe both Kendrick was in the restricted area and late to the spot.
Such a nice move on the crossover as well, coming from Smiley.
Smiley, a 5'5 junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, and in-conference transfer from King, 60% here from the free throw line.
Just from the stripe, just has that quick dribble shoot. She shows there once again, just a little short there, not enough arc on it. Hurley with the rebound. Looking trying to get it started here for the Warriors, down by a bunch.
Somebody's got to get it going. This time it's not Smith, and rebounded by Patterson.
0 for 4, trying to shoot her way out of this slump. Only 4 points for her on the night with that one made field goal just in the third quarter.
There's McCall getting downhill, using her strength for the contact of Kendrick, and finishes. Lead up to 30 for the Hawks.
It just feels like everything's falling for Shorter here, and nothing like there's a lid on the bucket.
Inside for Patterson, it's blocked by Asia. And now numbers the other way, it's a 4-on-2 break. Smith right back to Peerley, who can't finish, but she gets the offensive rebound and goes up and will head to the free throw line.
I know she's got to be frustrated with the night. Does have 10 points, but on 3 for 8 shooting, not a lot falling for her, but trying to get the Warriors back in this one.
So here come 4 of those. Not yet.
It's also the 5th foul for Baker, so she'll be done.
And so they will. So here come 5 subs. Deanna Hayes will wait and be the 6th.
Probably one of the bright spots we've seen from her, 3 for 4 from the line. She drills the first one. Now 11 points in the game. And missing short there. Offensive rebound by Mack. They'll stay here with the Warriors. That one's going to be last touched by Lewis. Lewis, another one in foul trouble. Already 4 fouls. Had to be careful here.
But now a chance for Hayes to get in. So the 5 on the floor, Rains, Hayes, Shigag, Mack, and Race. There's Mack. Hayes looking to punish the smaller McCall. She does, and it's rebounded by Lewis.
Warriors 1 for their last 7 field goals. It's not the numbers you're looking for, trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, Matt, they've had several 1-4 streaks. They've had a 1 for 7, a 1 for 10, a 1 for 11. These are really not great numbers, and they reflect when you look at that field goal number. As that's going to be number 42. That's a player who's not on the Shorter roster. We have a number 40, and we have a player without a number, so.
That's actually Jordan Kierbo.
So it's Jordan Kierbo, who my roster doesn't, the online Shorter roster doesn't have a number, but as Matt says, our stats give it to Kierbo. Jordan Kierbo, a 5'7 junior from Carlton, Georgia. Went to Mount Zion High School. Rare minutes for her today, but she's working well until the foul down low with Shagog.
So welcome to the show, Kirbo.
Welcome to the show.
Of course, more of a baseball term, but of course that one being more of my specialty here.
Everyone loves a good baseball game.
Absolutely.
Trying to go back inside to Shagog again, but the help came from Smiley, and she poked it away. Under 7 to play, 63-36 in favor of the visitors.
And just speaking of baseball, Shorter will be playing the Warriors in Rome, Georgia over the weekend in the Conference Carolinas 3-game series.
Lots of good baseball things come out of Rome, Georgia. Like Michael Harris' second. And I don't know I think they're the Rome Centurions now. They were formerly the Rome Braves, the Braves minor league affiliate.
It's been there a few times to see some minor league ball.
And now Tiara Lewis has fouled out, so a short rest for Kirbo. She's right back into the fray.
And a smile on her face every time she's coming in the game, getting some of these rare minutes. It's very late in the season here.
I'd have a smile on my face if I was out there as well. Who cannot enjoy playing basketball?
Yeah, just playing some pickup with your friends, always fun.
Mack wants a 3. It's front rims. And the long rebound poked away by McCall. Good hands from her until she couldn't control it under her offensive basket. Then I'll slow it down.
Call with 14 already.
And a good look to Kirbo. 15 on the shot clock. McCall through the lane, and I think it was blocked by Race into the hands of Mack. Here's Raines, who was fouled by Benway. Team foul number 4 on the Hawks. Clock stopped at 5:41.
And McCall's showing why she's one of the best scorers in Conference Carolinas with this game. 14, 6 for 13 shooting, and with a 3-ball. Taking
Raines
a bunch of shots, as you were saying earlier.
Raines goes into Race, and then Kira Price finishes down low. To finish that point on McCall, 41% from the field. So despite taking as many field goals as she does, it's usually an efficient game for her. Today she's 6 of 13, so that's right at that 41% number, just a bit above. As here goes Raines through the lane and finishes with the right hand.
Just a few moments ago, that was Kirbo's first field goal attempt, more than likely of the season. It was a 3-ball. Couldn't get it done there, but it will be Smiley getting it done now. 8 points for on the second chance.
Yeah, this is Kirbo's first appearance, so that's her first field goal.
Field goal attempted at least.
Yeah, field goal attempt as Jordan Race attempts one and doesn't get it to fall. Hauled in by Patterson.
Warriors scoreless in the last 3.5 minutes. And 1 for 10 from their last, or 1 for 10 from three-point land. And just not a very good fourth quarter for them here. They're still down by 25 here as a timeout coming in. 4:30 left to play here in the game.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Back now with 2 shots here for McCall. And the first one is good. 72% from the stripe this season for McCall. Her second also good, so lead extended to 27, 4:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Race wants another corner 3. That one's too strong. And scrap for it on the floor. That's Wilson and Mack tied up. Possession arrow belongs to the Warriors. Rakia Mack, the senior from Jersey City, New Jersey, and gets us back underway inside to race. Cross-court feed for Mack, who was fouled. That one's on Smiley, her third, and it will send Mack to the free throw line for 2. That's a 15 foul on Shorter. First free throw, no good for Mack, a 66% free throw shooter. She's at 5.6 points per game this season, but up to 6.3 in the month of February, so she's been playing well this month. And then Mack knocks down the second, so 1 of 2 there for Rakia. 67-41, 4:14 to play.
8 points for the Warriors in this fourth quarter alone. And just looking back at quarter number 2, only 5 points scored for the Warriors. That's where stuff really started going downhill for them there, as 18 points from Shorter in that quarter alone. And then they just kept going off with it. Now up to a 24-point lead here.
This is Patterson. Handoff for McCall. 8 on the shot clock. McCall's going to make something work here. Patterson pumps, gets the feet set, and the 3 is well off. It's rebounded by Faith Yelton, who checked in at the timeout. Yelton, Mack, Price, Race, and Shagog. 3:20 to play, 67-43. They go inside for Price. A smaller McCall on her. She pulls up, shot's no good. And the rebound goes to Mack, whose shot's blocked by Wilson.
First block on the game for Wilson. No points for her, but in very limited minutes in this one. Only 5 minutes total.
Yeah, Matt, I think I had mentioned this before you got here, but coming into today, she'd only played 94 minutes, but had hauled in 10 offensive rebounds in those 94 minutes. So that's really impressive in a short volume. And she nearly hauled in a few in those first half minutes. As Shagog's layup is no good. This is McCall slowing it down.
This already have 2 for Wilson. Rebounds in the game. And now adding a block to the arsenal as well.
45-33. The Warriors have done a better job rebounding in the second half. At one point, they had trailed by as many as 23 rebounds in the game.
And the rebound game is just so crucial in winning basketball games here. It's a crazy shot thrown up. No good there.
Eventually into the hands of Shagog, over 2.5 to play. Still Dynasty. For a cutting Mack, who can't finish through the contact, but will head to the free throw line. 5 subs at the table, 4 Warriors, 1 Hawk. It's Glover, Peerley, Smith, and Kendrick. Kendrick looks like we'll get the shooter.
Just 1 point here for Mack. That was on her last trip to the charity stripe. 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from three-point land. Just hasn't really been her night. She is one of the Warriors who's very disciplined with not fouling. No fouls for her so far. We do have still 2 minutes left to play. She's more disciplined ones, as pretty much we've had games where a lot of starters have gotten into foul trouble. She's been the only one with no fouls.
And again, Mack goes to the bench, but Made free throws for her that time, so she's got 3 here today. And the lead is 67-45. 2:10 to play. McCall still in there for the Hawks. Pearley on her. Now this is Patterson. 6 on the shot clock. Some long-lasting possessions in this fourth quarter as Patterson pulls a 3. It's no good. And the rebound goes to Smiley. Smiley through the contact of Kendrick, up and under, finishes with the right hand.
Now 14 offensive boards for the Hawks in this one. Second chance points now up to 12.
As there's a rebound for Patterson after Smith's 3 was no good.
Taylon Smith out on the floor does have 4 fouls right now.
Again, the shot clock goes under 10. This is Hammond on the drive, and we have a charge. Kendrick drew it this time. As Wilson and Mack will check in for Shagag and Patterson. Yeah. So day likely done for Patterson, but a big one for her on the glass. She had 11 of their 48 rebounds to go with 8 points. 2 made threes. Under a minute to play.
And Dynasty Shagag going off for the Warriors here. Greeted by Coach John Davis with a big hug. Of course, Shagag being one of the seniors, this being her final collegiate game. And just really hate to see it go out like this.
One of 5 seniors on this Southern Wesleyan University ladies basketball team. Taylon Smith, Asia Pearley, Kalia Kendrick, Dynasty Shagag, and Rakia Mack. As the time continues to tick, Shorter a big lead. They look to be pretty secure in their KPI rankings as a team who will host a second round game and get a first round bye. The Warriors will have to await their fate likely tomorrow. There was no official release date for the final KPI rankings, but like we said in the first half, we got to imagine it would be, if not tomorrow, very soon, because those first round games will be played on Sunday as Mack's corner 3 is no good. Long rebound goes to McCall, who can dribble it out.
Probably a lot of motion on the floor here for the Warriors. A lot of final games here for some seniors. What a ride it's been this season for women's basketball. Of course, they do fall in this one 45-72 after an onslaught coming from McCall with 16 points, 11 from Lewis and 10 from Smiley.
So the Warriors fall to 8-20 on the year, 4-16 in conference play. Shorter up to 20-6 and 15-5 in conference play. They had already clinched the Southwest Division crown, but they only confirm it now with another win in division play. The best team in the Southwest Division. We wish them luck in the conference tournament, and for the Warriors, we wish them luck